Hello, 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 hello. Thank you for joining LSMB Business Solutions presents the Business Plugged Mixer. We come on every Sunday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, here wherever you're watching this, whether you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, or on YouTube. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go ahead and share, 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 share. Click the notification button, subscription button, and make sure that you click the bell so that you'll know every time that we come on. But my name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug, and I am here today talking about the best version of you, the best possible you. I have my guest Sharon James on, and we're going to have a conversation. But right before we get to that, I need to tell you about July the 20th. So there is an Eventbrite event called Get Certified. My goal is to have 124 minorities and women certified by November. So if you are a minority or a woman-owned business, you want to understand how to get certified at the state and local levels, go ahead and reach out to me in the links that you see wherever you're watching this video. Now that I got all that housekeeping stuff done, I'd like to introduce you to somebody who gave me a much needed yes for today. Hello, Sharon. How are you?
Hello, Linda. I am well. How are you?
I am doing very well. So tell us about Sharon James.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me, first of all. And who is Sharon James? Well, Sharon James is a product of New York City, inner city, and I have a love for people.
I love it.
And I love to lead people. I love to help them find out their goals. I love to help them bridge the gap to where they are now and to where they want to be, and to actually just help them develop an action plan to get there.
I like it. I like it. And so, what does that look like? So, how did you come into being the founder of Exquisite Growth Partners?
Interesting story. I had spent over 32 years working for the New York City Department of Social Services. And in that organization, I was able to work in a few different capacities. But I found that my passion, that my love, the thing that I realized that I would do even if I didn't get paid for it, was to train and develop other people.
Mm,
So I was fortunate enough to start out as a curriculum developer, writing training manuals, training our training teams to process applications. But then I transitioned into actually training staff to develop what we call soft skills, their
okay.
communication skills, their
Yeah, yeah,
leadership skills, all of those things that make us who we are and help us to be the best version of ourselves.
absolutely.
And
I
after
love it.
working so long, I was like, you know what? If I could do this for someone else, I could do this for me.
Absolutely.
So I stepped
Absolutely.
out and here I am.
I love it. I love it. That's a great story because a lot of times we don't realize the things that we're doing on jobs, right? That had that phrase this week about black jobs, but the things that we're doing on jobs, we can actually
Hmm.
do for ourselves.
Yes.
And so, in doing that, who should be contacting Sharon James?
Well, any business leader or company president, anyone who leads people who is looking to help develop them to become their next leaders,
Mm,
anyone who's looking to retain their top potential, anyone who sees a glimmer of potential in a staff member that may not be too sure if they're ready for that next step. They
mm,
should contact me so I can help them get their staff to where they need to be.
I
But
love
not
it.
only that, Linda, individuals who really just are still trying to figure it out. I'm
Yeah,
in a job and I'm doing it, but I don't know if this is what I want to do forever. Or I've been doing this for a long time and I'm ready to transition into something else. Contact me and I can help you develop a plan to get there.
I love that. I love that. It takes me back to this young lady who went to college, and she went to college because she wanted to be something in her family. She said, "Well, I know I wanted to go to college. I always knew I was going to college, but I didn't know until I got to college." And her passion now is fashion.
Mm,
but she went to college. I want to say that she was going for like a management position or something else, but because she hadn't really got in tune with what she wanted to do in life, she was in the wrong job. She was going after the wrong degrees and everything.
That happens so often.
Absolutely. And people who come here. So I have a friend who came here from Venezuela, and she talked about in Venezuela, they have the girls, they don't really push their advanced education. So when she came to the United States several years ago, she like, oh, I can go to school. So she went to college because she had already done, regular school, the
Hmm.
lower levels or whatever. But she was looking to get advanced education, and she
Wow.
said, I have three associate degrees because I didn't understand how the process worked. And I was just excited to be going to school. And so she ended up
Wow.
being an RN in the long term,
Awesome.
but she has several other associate degrees in addition to her RN.
Okay.
But figuring it out, like it's all about
That's
figuring
it.
it out.
That's it. That's it.
And I love that you do that. So a lot of people who follow me are business owners. A lot of them are getting ready to hire staff. They're getting ready to go after contracts and grants. I'm
Hmm.
getting them certified so they can start having the money they need to hire people to help them do whatever they do, right? To help
Hmm.
them produce the widget. And so I would ideally think that they should reach out to you. Would it be great to reach out to you before they hire, or would it be better after they hire?
Honestly, the best time I believe would be before they hire, because I could take a look at the job description. I could give them some ideas as to who they should be looking for in terms
Mm,
of what specific qualities the individuals can have. I can even help look at their interviewing questions and
mm,
to make sure that they're asking the right questions. Because if we
absolutely.
don't ask the right questions, we won't get the right answers.
And you know what? Most times, what I find is new entrepreneurs who getting ready to hire will go on the internet and find an application. They will download that application and they will put it out in the world, and they will hire, they will get all these people filling out these jobs, and they will be overwhelmed because a lot of people applied, but their application process is not weeding out those people
Hmm.
they should never meet.
Exactly, exactly. And it can save them so much time,
And
so much
money.
time and money. Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. So they need, so anyone who's thinking about bringing on a team, anyone who's tired of hiring and firing, right? Because I
Yes.
get this all the time. Girl, we keep going through people because what they say on the application is not what they do when they get there.
Mhm. Yes. 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 There is some misrepresentation there at times.
Absolutely, absolutely. So working with you, you'll help them to find who they need
Yes.
so that they get better fit, so they have a better application process, first of all,
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
then so that they find the people they actually need who are ready to work.
Definitely. Definitely.
I love that. I love that so much because that's the missing thing when people are getting ready to expand and scale their businesses is they don't know who they need. Like they
That's
think they know, but they
they
don't.
think that's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. So do you do SOPs and procedure manuals, and do you help them with the employee handbook and all of that?
I can definitely help them with that. I really want them to kind of start it on their own, and I'll like help with the proofreading, editing, things of that nature.
Oh, great.
But I'm definitely best, I would say, in the assessment space. So
Mm,
if they're looking for a tool to figure out for this position, what skills should we be looking for? What types of individuals should we be looking for? Do we need someone who has that dominant personality and can make decisions on their own? Or do we need someone who is that compliance person, good with
mm,
rules and strategies and numbers and plans? So I'm best there, and I could definitely help them
I
as they're
love it.
building out their hiring processes there.
I love that. And so, let's talk about, so that's in the for-profit world, right? Do you assist nonprofits as well?
I do. I do assist nonprofits. I just recently, I would say 2 weeks ago, did a workshop at a veteran shelter here in New York City, in the Bronx, actually. And it was just so amazing, so rewarding to see people who had given so much of themselves for our country and some of the freedoms that we have, still interested in bettering themselves, thinking
Mm,
of goals that they want to achieve for themselves, and just helping
mm.
them think through, well, I don't just want to be better, but what does better mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
want to
yeah.
be a better human, or I want to be a better leader, I want to be a better father, I want to be a better mother. What does better mean? And to get them to really specify what it is they want to achieve, measure it, and how they can actually make sure that they're on target to achieving those goals. It
I
was
love that.
wonderful working with them.
Oh, I love that so much. Because a lot of times it's just not having the access to the information, right? Not or not even thinking about, because if you're in most cases they are not around people who think like they should be thinking, or who are doing the things that they should be doing in order to
That's right.
advance.
That's right.
And so exposing them to these different critical thinking and different things, like you talked earlier about soft skills. I see business owners who could benefit from soft skills, because being an employer is very different from being an employee.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. And so those soft skills are everything. Those soft
Definitely.
skills make the difference of whether you have returning customers or somebody posting you on Facebook.
That's right. That's right.
So yeah, so when you talk about these things, what, just an example, what does that look like? What does it look like to work with you?
Well, it's a very personal engagement. My goal is literally to find out who you are and to think, get you to think about what it is that you're trying to achieve for your business, but also for yourself as an individual.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity for you to let your guard down. It's an opportunity for you to really think beyond your current scope
Mm.
and to try something different. A lot of times it's fear that stops us from doing what it is that we should be doing for ourselves. So
Mm-hmm.
just being that thought partner with
Yeah.
someone to help them think through what it is that they're doing now and how can they even be better, a better leader. I'm on this road now of high road leadership. You
Mm.
can look in our country and see that we need high road
Woo.
leaders. So, what
Child.
does that mean? There's so much, but we have to start with ourselves and tapping into our core values. And
That's
that's where I start. What is it that you value? What makes you who you are?
yeah.
Once you tap into that and you realize that this is who you are, you can use that in making your business decisions. And with that, you can't go wrong.
I love it. I love, absolutely. Absolutely. Because ideally we want to be strong decision makers based on what makes sense.
Yes.
Based on what makes sense for our businesses. And I deal with the part of business as startup. So there's a level of business that is universal, regardless whether you're selling widgets or whether you're selling, hair bows.
Hmm.
There's the same business structure that goes with each startup. But then when you start specializing in your craft, then there's a difference there. And also, one thing we don't do well as small business owners is we do not put our help our employees to be their best,
Mm.
like utilizing them in the best seat. There's a book
Yes.
I always go to, From Good to Great,
Oh,
right, where
yes.
he talks about getting people in the best seat for them.
That's right.
And sometimes we hire Pookie and the cousins and all these family members, and I've seen that in the nonprofit sector as well,
Hmm.
where we hire the relatives and things, and that may not be the best fit
Right.
for that business, because they know you, like these people know you, but they don't
Hmm.
know your business, and they don't have
That's
your
right.
passion for
That's
your
right.
business.
That's so
Yeah,
true.
yeah. So knowing who to put in on the bus is highly important.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
especially nonprofits, because I always teach them about, you need to have the people who are going to help you to gain money, because people
Hmm.
say, well, you should have your board should all have money to be on a nonprofit, and I haven't found that to be true. But
Hmm.
what I have found to be true is that their board members need to have access, because access is more than money.
Oh, yes.
And so picking the right people based on their backgrounds, and you can help them ask good questions
That's
when
right.
they're vetting those people.
Exactly. And like you said, just knowing who you need to have on your team,
Mm,
who on your team really supports your vision.
yeah.
But before you find someone to support your vision, how are you articulating your vision?
Mm,
Can they actually see what you want in terms of growth for your organization? And if
mm,
they can see your vision, you can help them identify if they have the actual skills that are going to be helpful in that process.
exactly. Yeah. If it's a good job match, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, because that's important. And you build it. I tell my business owners, that's your baby. Your business is your baby.
That's
It's
right.
like one of your kids. And so because you're close to it, none of us can say we have ugly kids. Nobody is gonna say my baby is so ugly. You're not gonna nobody's gonna say that.
No way.
But you need to bring in people who can be objective, who can show you where the baby's ugly, or who can show you where the baby probably needs a little care, a little extra care.
That's right.
And I love that you do that. I love people who help people to think critically about their businesses, because the whole goal is to get you to be sustainable.
That's right. That's right. And when you're so close to it, there are so many things that you don't see. You need that outside perspective to help you see the full capacity of where your business is as well as where it can go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do agree. I do agree. It helps to have outside professional help, because a lot of times what people go by is they'll say, well, I'm getting ready to hire somebody, and they'll talk to their family members or their friends who don't own a business. And, one of the things that I struggle with is non-business people giving business advice.
Mm,
And like you can get yourself in a world of
yes.
trouble,
A
especially with the
world of trouble.
HR. Yeah, especially with the HR thing, because HR, as a business, you report to the Department of Labor, and
That's right.
they like those $10,000 penalties. They like the big penalties.
Hmm.
So you don't want that. You don't want to give them reason to
That's
come for
right.
you
You
because
sure don't.
somebody filed a grievance or whatever. So yeah, so what you do, I love that you have, several decades of experience that you can lend to business owners, because we need it. We all need it.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Yeah,
do. And
yeah,
I
we
am
need it.
happy to be that thought partner.
I love it. I love it. And so I've put your links and the places they can go to connect with you, so that
Excellent.
they can have conversations about what you do and how you do it. And it's about being the best possible business owner who is hiring the best possible staff members.
That's right.
That is a win-win.
That is definitely a win-win.
Absolutely. So what is there anything you would like for anyone who's viewing this broadcast to know specifically about you and your business?
Well, I would say that if they're looking for someone who is invested in their success, if they're looking for someone who has a very successful history, work history specifically in either local government or in just developing people, talk to me. Talk to me. A lot of us exclude working with individuals because we think, oh, it's too much, we can't afford it, or oh, I don't have the time. You have the time. You have the time, because if this is your baby, if your business is that important to you, then we make the time to do what it is that we need to do.
Absolutely.
But talking to someone who is, again, not in your company, who can give you that outside perspective, who can support you, who can help you, as you stated earlier, think strategically
Mm,
about where you are and where you want to go, contact me. It's all about having a conversation. And honestly, the mere fact that we're talking, it may just bring out that we're not the right fit. And I want to make sure that you get connected to the person that's going to be the best fit for you, even if it's not me. I can
Exactly.
help you get there.
I love that. I love that so much because that's the thing. Because it's not about, you and I have some crossovers in some of the things we do, but it's not about, working with specifically me as opposed to getting the work done
That's
or
right.
getting access to what you need.
That's right.
That's the bigger picture.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
that's the part I'm on board for.
That's right. We can all win.
Absolutely.
We can
Absolutely.
all
There
win.
are plenty. There is plenty out there for us to
Yes.
do. Absolutely. And so when we talk about now we're getting ready to go into this month of July and we talk about business owners, like it's summertime now, so everybody's outside, everybody's doing whatever, whatever, whatever.
Hmm.
But as the weather will start cooling off in another month or so, what should business owners be looking forward to from your perspective?
Honestly, they should look forward to change. The only constant is change, right? So change is going to happen. We should just be prepared for it. And we can prepare yourselves in a lot of ways. Number one is, what is it that you're feeding your mind and your soul? Right? So stay connected to individuals that can not only just talk to you about current events, but literally help you strategize and make recommendations of readings that can help you broaden your perspective,
Yes.
that can help you literally think about what your next step is.
Yes.
And we can do it together. Mhm.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love that. I love it. Absolutely. And there, when you think about, so when you think about, talked about broadening your mind. Are there any books that come to mind for you that you would recommend for business owners?
Number one on my list, and it is a book that I personally am reading, is called High Road Leadership by John C. Maxwell.
Mm,
Many of you know that John Maxwell is the number one leadership guru in the world, having written over 100 books just on the topic of leadership.
mm-hmm,
And he sees that our current state of leadership has much to be desired.
mm.
And in this book, you learn the difference between a low road leader, a middle road leader, and a high road leader. I'm striving to be that high road leader, and I'm looking for those who are willing to take the journey with me.
I love it. Yeah. So what is the difference between the three levels?
It's really about how you use your skills and how you use your knowledge,
Okay.
right? We want to make sure that as a high road leader, you are connecting with people, but you're also valuing people.
Mm,
Low road leaders don't value their people, they use them. They use them just to get things done. But that high road leader literally values their people. They see value in their people and they do what's necessary to continue to add value to them.
mm.
Middle road leaders is what many of us are used to. They just do what's necessary to get what's done, and they're likable. So you do what you do because you like them.
Mm,
But going beyond liking them and just having that respect for the title is valuing that individual. A
mm,
lot of people think respect is something that's earned. I think a little differently. I am a respectful person, so regardless of who you are, I am going to respect you.
mm.
Now, if you choose not to reciprocate, that doesn't mean I'm going to stop respecting you, but it will let me know what to expect in any future interactions with you and
Yeah.
how I might need to move a little differently.
Yeah.
But think about things that you can control. You can't control other people nor their reactions,
No.
but you can control your reaction.
Yes.
And if you're that individual who values yourself, then you can easily find value in other people and do what's necessary to continue to add value to them.
Yes. I love that. High road leadership.
High road leadership.
I like it. I like it because that's the thing is, I want to provide resources for people who we all should be reading something.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm reading Pitch Anything. It's one of
Mm,
the books that I
awesome.
haven't read that I'm reading right now, talking about I spent time on a TV show, and I realized I've never pitched my business.
What?
I've never pitched my business. I help people pitch. I have people who have won money pitching, but
Wow.
I've never pitched my business. And so I was on a TV show where one of the things that was repeated is every day you had to pitch your business, and I did horrible. but but
No.
I want to do better. And so in being the best possible version of yourself, you have to take a holistic look at yourself and see what you
Yes.
need, and then go ahead and dive in. Like,
That's it.
find the resource and then use it.
You're doing it, Linda.
I'm trying. Ooh, that was eye opening. I've been doing this 11 years.
Wow.
And that was an eye opener for me because I have never pitched, I've never had the opportunity to pitch my business.
Wow.
I've always been one of the judges or on the stage helping people pitch or doing all these things. I have never.
Got it.
So I'm going to get better.
Excellent. 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 I know you will. I know you will.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I thank you for taking your time, for saying yes to me yesterday that you would come and join me, and I hope that this has been beneficial for you and people that are looking for you. Oh, you're welcome, Myra. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, I hope that people who are joining will reach out, especially if they're getting ready to hire staff, because you're talking about building your team. And here's the thing, the truth of the matter is you cannot be successful in business without a team,
That's right.
because you're only working to the capacity of yourself. And so if you need help in deciding great teammates make great teams, then you want to reach out to her. My name is Linda Murray Bullard. They call me the business plug. You just tuned into the Business Plugs Mixer here on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. You'll find it later pre-recorded on Instagram and Spotify. We hope that you will join us again next Sunday. And until that time, have a great week, everybody.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.